are you enjoying the pace of camp?
Good. I think it's good so far. Honestly, whatever coach tells us to do, we'll do. But right now, body feels great. Feel like we're getting some good work in.
Josey, how is meshing with Jonas Griffith? You guys haven't played a real game together, but how is just training going?
Yeah, it's gone really good. Yeah, like you said, we haven't played a game together. We had some reps, last year, and then during this offseason, during OTAs and stuff like that together. So it's been going well. Communication's still coming along. You can never be perfect on that end, but definitely coming along. Pre-snap communication and then post-snap communication is getting a lot better too. So it's been good. And with a new player out there, it's always a little bit of adjustment, but I think we're doing really well together so far.
How much easier has it been, for the whole defense, but for you as a guy that calls it, that Coach Evero kept a lot of the language the same?
Yeah, that's nice to be able to kind of have some turnover on that one and be able to say some of the same stuff. I mean, a couple of his defenses are a little bit different, whether it be language-wise or different reads and stuff like that. But definitely nice to be able to accumulate some of the stuff from last year and then compile it and put it into this year's stuff, just so you didn't have a huge different total defensive install and stuff like that.
Is the plan to keep you off special teams this year?
Whatever they want to do, I'm open for anything.
No hesitation in light of what happened last year?
Hey, whatever they want to do with me, I'll do it for them. So.
Okay. Josey, from your perspective, what sort of problems does it create for linebackers when you've got these offensive linemen kind of firing off the ball in space, able to make plays and out there? What challenge does that cause for opposing linebackers?
Yeah, you just got to be able to read it fast. If they're going to be shooting off like that, we have to be able to see where our D linemen are and how to fit off them very, very fast, like you're saying. But I mean, that just takes a little bit. Especially in those first couple of days, you might be a little shocked with them coming at you fast. But after getting used to it here, they change it up too. Sometimes they'll stick on their tackles and stuff like that, and stick on their double teams for a while. But definitely something you have to be able to read really fast.
Is that something that maybe Jonas has a little bit of a leg up on for someone that hadn't played much football because he was in San Fran with a similar offense?
Yeah. Some of that boot stuff, some of that coming up to the second level quick. He's definitely seen it before, you can tell. So it's fun out there playing with him. Smart guy, especially for not playing a lot of games just last year, and really ahead of the game so far.
Have you seen Quinn kind of handle being in space from going against him?
Big old Miners? Yeah, he's good. Now, he's got some good movement in space. I mean, he's a big guy. He can move people when he's tight, on double teams and stuff like that. But what people don't see is he can still move in open space, get around really quick feet and stuff like that for a big guy. So he's fun to go against too. Big old belly man.
They say he's 10 pounds lighter, but I imagine you still don't want to get his hands on you.
We might have to check him on the scales for that one.
And it hasn't been just going against Russ every day and that challenge.
Good. I think that's bringing everybody's level of intensity up and intelligence of the game too, whether it be the offensive guys, the defensive guys, understanding the cadence that he brings with him and how much you need to have some patience with that, especially D linemen on 3rd and 5 or less. And even first down, honestly, but just to be able to have that cadence and then have that poise in the back there, and just to be able to give us a good look every single day. So definitely helping the offense and helping the defense just to be able to get a great look every single one.
How would you evaluate the defense's first week of camp?
I think it's pretty good so far, but like I said earlier, you're not perfect yet. Still, tweaking some small things, understanding how Coach E wants us to play the defense and totally, and just understanding the small ins and outs, and still trying to find those little things to try to be perfectionists and stuff like that. But it's definitely gone well so far, and I think we've all enjoyed it.
Some other guys have talked about how these coaches, this staff is pretty good at explaining kind of the why to you guys. So from kind of your perspective, in what ways do Coach E, Nathaniel, and other coaches explain not only what you're doing, but why you're doing everything you do?
Yeah, I mean, they're not scared to dig deep into it. Whether it be a meeting that we're supposed to maybe cover some other stuff, and you have a question, they're going to be able to answer that question and then go deeper into that question about why we're doing it, and how this is going to affect the offense and how this is going to affect the defense also, and really what the offense is looking for in certain situations, certain like 3rd down and 5s, 3rd down and 4s, what they're looking for. And why we're doing certain things to stop them in certain defenses. So they've gone over, a couple times in defensive rooms, in the meeting rooms, and talking about that, and it's been a great help for us to understand why he's calling certain defenses.
Do you need to practice tackling to be a better tackler?
I don't know. That's a tough one. Are you talking about like live hitting and practice and stuff like that? I think we're all to the age where we've tackled enough people that we should understand. You want to be inside out on people. You want to be low. You have the right leverage and stuff like that. So I think that just comes to the practice field of you taking it like a pro and being able to do the small things, have the right leverage, and tackling comes natural after that.
Because that's the one thing that happens the least out here.
Right.
But it's so important for you.
Right. But I think, yeah, like I said earlier, we've been here long enough, we played long enough where, you have to take it and do it the right way during practice, and that's just making sure you're inside out the leverage part of the game. And I can still understand that viewpoint of not getting a lot of tackling, but you got to make sure you're just doing the small things right when we can't tackle. So when you do have to tackle, it's nothing much different.
Josey, I think we asked you in the spring, they wanted you back, they gave you the 2-year deal. How nice has it been, or what's it been like for you mentally knowing this is your defense, so to speak, that you're in there as a starting middle linebacker calling the D?
Yeah, it makes me feel good about it. It makes me feel, I don't have to worry about mine too much, even though I still am. There's always a worry about it. You can never be comfortable. You can never be complacent and stuff like that. But it makes me feel refreshed that they wanted me back. They wanted me to be in the middle of the defense, be controlling things, communicating between everybody, and I appreciate that. And hopefully we take advantage of that.
Staff sort of explained the theory behind not doing a lot of 7-on-7 or individual work. From your perspective, right in the middle of the defense, is there any difference for you in terms of, like in a pass period, having the lines in there or doing 7-on-7? I guess what sort of the benefit of doing it this way?
Doing it with more, you're talking about 11-on-11?
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting the whole picture. On 7-on-7, it's for us, you can cheat it. It's a pass, so you're just going to start setting back right away. And we have the offense out there, even if it's a pass period, they might sprinkle in one run in there, screw with us a little bit. So you just have to be on your toes, still take those first reads, and still get that first second of the down in, unlike 7-on-7 where you're kind of taking that first second of that down all the way for whether it be the D lineman or the LBs, mostly the LBs, because the corner's just going to be locked up and stuff like that, or reading off other wide receivers. But it helps, I think, doing 11-on-11, just being able to get the whole picture.